I think I didn't have the rest enough. I wasn't rested enough, and the motivation was so big. So I was training right away for Olympia, and because of that, I think I made a mistake by not resting enough. The improvements were there. I tore my pec muscles,
right.
and because of that reason, I wasn't able to compete in the 89. And to be honest, I believe that was like. For me, bodybuilding is about perfection, and I since that time I never really believed it anymore that I could win the Olympia. So that's the end of the story for my Olympia career.
Well, it's still the beginning of something different, because in '89 I was in suspension. You had torn your pec. We both wound up in Japan. I guess both in Osaka, Japan, and you were there doing. I think you might have been just a special guest. What were you doing in Japan with me in '89?
Drinking sake.
That's right. The irony of this thing. So check this out. The irony of Berry DeMey is here I was in total admiration. In 1989, Rimini, Italy, on my birthday, Berry and I are throwing back drinks at the '89 Mr. Olympia. I'm a million miles away from thinking about getting back on the Olympia stage because they just looked so phenomenal. You were nursing an injury. Then we wind up in Japan. 1990 comes around. I compete and I win the Ironman in 1990. I go on the first ever drug-tested Arnold Classic in Ohio after being suspended the previous year. Win the whole show. Fail the drug test, don't get paid one dime or $1, and at that time I'm doing this reevaluation of my career. However, we knew that the Olympia in 1990 in Chicago would also be drug tested, and this would be the return of you.
Yeah?
You came to Chicago. I actually got in that show and I actually passed the test, and I wound up in third place, the same place this guy was in 1988. So you can imagine, to my delight, I get a rematch with Berry DeMey after an injury. And what happens in Chicago for you?
Well, I was suspended.
Were you suspended?
Yeah, I was suspended.
Oh, I just thought you were disqualified.
No, I was actually suspended, and I never lie about the use of steroids, because I'd rather like to say something about it that people know how it really is, instead of like guessing and making stories that are not true.
Right.
So of course, I used steroids in my career, and at that point, I believe Ben Johnson was caught in the same
1989, right?
With stanozolol, and they had some tests that they could find it and look like search for it from 18 months ago.
Yes.
So really, if there was one guy clean, it was me.
Clean, yes.
But I didn't. But I mean, it was the stanozolol they caught me on.
Well, Berry, it was the same thing that got me on in 1990. It was a very popular chemical that didn't get you big, but it got you hard. And a lot of people don't understand about anabolics, how they work, when you use them. The one thing that we didn't know in 1990 was how long it stays in the system. So you fail the test, you actually get suspended, and then there's an announcement by Tom Platz that the WBF with Vince McMahon was coming to town immediately following the 1990 Olympia, where I'm on cloud nine because I'm now traded places with Berry. I'm third in the world. What did you do when you heard the announcement of the WBF coming?
Well, we talked about the doping, and I was suspended. To be really honest, for me it was a different reason that I went there. For me, the ideal picture of the Mr. Olympia, what I had in mind when I started bodybuilding, wasn't there anymore. So instead of going like for what really my heart was in following my heart for bodybuilding, it was like started to be a more commercial thing, and I just went for the money, and that's my reason for going to the WBF.
It wasn't chump change. I believe it was like a 2-year, $300,000 contract that you signed with Vince McMahon. And what was that experience like? Did you still have the feeling of Olympia in you when you did that, or was it just the guest posing appearance?
No. When I started bodybuilding, like I said, bodybuilding to me, anybody who's not into this sport don't understand it. But if you're into this sport, the passion that you need to have, to have the drive to train this hard, that was gone for me.
After you signed the contract with them?
Well, no, it was already gone for me because of the injury and everything, and. Therefore, looking back, so many years after looking back at it, I think, I didn't have that drive and energy right now. I'm gonna fast forward really fast now to today. Today, I'm still living a lifestyle with bodybuilding, and I have I really have I enjoy it as much again as much as I started, and it's crazy. But nowadays I realize it's such an easy lifestyle
To maintain.
If you like it,
Yes.
if you like doing
It's a
it,
passion.
and if you're not like into it with your heart, you can do it.
Right.
And
It's not-
nowadays it's back again because also for another reason I'm really happy about the whole bodybuilding lifestyle. When I was 20 years old, people were telling me, "Well, it's not healthy what you're doing." Now the same guys who are my
Coming to you
age,
for advice.
they have bellies like women. And so I'm the generation who proves that bodybuilding is healthy.
Absolutely.
You know,
and you're wearing it well, so you look like you're putting in some time in the gym. Are you in there every day of the week?
Well, your recovery is slower, so you have to train smart. But I train 5 times a week and still do cardio. But the main thing, and it's not hard if you like doing it, and if you see all the benefits from it, if you feel fit, you feel healthy, the food, the nutrition. Always watch my food.
Well, what about giving back? 'Cause you're coaching people too. You're helping athletes. Are you living vicariously through them and kind of helping them realize what you had going on in the 90s?
Yeah, I'm coaching most of the guys that I'm coaching. I like in the classic physique or men's physique. And the reason I'm doing that because I see so many guys doing such crazy things and it's not that difficult. I mean, you have to do it. You have to do it right. And so in '88, I think I had it all together. And because of people coming daily to me, like, can you advise me how to train, how to eat? I started to develop my online coaching program that will be launched in a couple of months from now. It's finished already. It's like a total modern application platform. It's called DeMey 88, of course, because
Yes.
it's my best year. And it will be available throughout the world.
Barry, I don't want to cut you off. I want you to show them that famous arm of yours, do that little tricep thing that you got going on. The Flexing Dutchman, Berry DeMey here at the 54th Joe Weider Olympia weekend. Look for more coaching and training by Berry DeMey. Barry, who's going to win this competition this weekend as far as Mr. Olympia?
Do you want to know who I want to win?
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's who's going to win and who you like to win.
Well, I think Phil will win again, condition-wise and everything. Do we have another hour?
No.
Oh,
Come back for part 2.
No, if Big Ramy comes in 100% like sharp and ready to go, there are a lot of things that if I really, it's not a personal thing, but you really judge with the rules, and you start giving points. In my opinion, Phil Heath is not like 100% ready. If you pull up all the muscles, his bone structure is pretty narrow, so he's not perfect.
Right.
So you can say a lot of things about Big Ramy as well. But again, he's not perfect. But at the end of the day, it will be condition-wise. Will be the making decision.
All right. Well, thank you for that ambiguity between Phil and Big Ramy. I think you're leaning towards Big Ramy, but you believe Phil's probably going to win.
Yes.
All right. For Berry DeMey, I'm Sean Ray with Sean Ray TV.